came up with the name Destiny Ridge basically just because the way the vineyard transposed itself. I was working for Hoag Cellars as a viticulturist, and I was actually driving through the piece of ground here. It's Mercer Ranch property going to Shampoo Vineyard, and looked upside the hill, and just a beautiful hillside of sagebrush, and just virtually had a vision of that whole thing being planted. And so it just kind of happened. It was really fortunate, and that's kind of where I came up with the name Destiny Ridge, because it was just kind of supposed to happen. We have 243 acres planted currently, and most of that's in production. But the vineyard is 327 acres large, and we have about another 30 acres that we can still plant. We grow 17 different varietals. The main ones are the Cab, the Merlot, Syrah, Cab Franc. We have Limburger, we have Mourvedre, Malbec, Grenache, Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah. We got Sauvignon Blanc, Viognier, Roussanne, Marsanne, Tempranillo. I'd say the big excitement about Destiny Ridge and what sets us apart from other vineyard operations and growing regions is the different terroirs within the vineyard. The vineyard has several different slopes. We got northwest, we got southeast, we have flats, we have different road directions and different wind profiles that are blowing through the vineyard. And so it gives us all different kind of microclimates within this 327 acre plot of ground. There's several different regions and different specific locations that grow different, such as we have 5 different acres of Syrah, and they're all distinctly different. One is a real huge floral notes, and one is big giant tannins for a Syrah, which is somewhat abstract as well. And so they're all different, and that kind of helps us when we come in and take it through fermentation and decide to start blending, because it adds different components, different complexities to the wine, and to have that capabilities, it really makes a big difference when it comes time to make the wines and do the blendings. This area is unique because the different depths of the soil. We have anywhere from 15 to 30 inches of topsoil on top of broken basalt, which means we control the vines, that we control the irrigation, canopy management. The vines aren't able to just keep their feet wet all the time and drop moisture as they'd want it. When we see the vines need water, we actually give it water. So it's just the controlling factor of that, which really makes a huge asset for us. It was designed to be a rock quarry. From that aspect, it is a nasty, gnarly piece of dirt, but it's a phenomenal site for growing wine grapes because you can control it. And with that, once you control it, the irrigation, you virtually have the tiger by the tail, because you can manage a canopy with the irrigation. The intense profiles of the flavors comes through stress, which is really conducive for this site with that river, and that river drags and pulls down that wind, and so the wind out here blows nonstop, which is it's an asset, and it's also makes it difficult too, because it puts a severe stress on the vine sometimes, and so you have to really be on top of your game and watch that. This whole region up here is known for its quality. We built the production facility on Destiny Ridge Vineyards, our state vineyard, in August of 2004. There's 6,000 square feet. 4,000 of that is production, 2,000 case goods. We have state-of-the-art equipment, stainless steel tanks that we can heat, we can cool, depending upon what we're doing. If we're making whites or reds, open top fermenters with those tanks, a pneumatic press so we can gently press down the skins as opposed to pumping the juice over top and tearing the skins and seeds. We have 2 different drainage so we can keep everything cleaned, and which is a crucial part of the production quality control. We have different areas in which within this building that we can heat, separate heating and cooling units. So it's a dynamite place to actually make wine. Destiny Ridge Vineyards has its name and its recognition not only because of where it's at, but it's because of the people that are behind it. I have a phenomenal crew that work their tail off on a regular basis, and the dedication and devotion that these guys show to the vineyard, it's especially my vineyard foreman, Jose Luis Yanes, it's amazing. I mean, he's just a phenomenal guy, very intelligent guy, and very dedicated to Destiny Ridge Vineyards. We have a lot of individuals that actually do custom winemaking for them, and we walk them out in the vineyard, they choose their fruit, they help pick some of them, and then all the way through the crushing process, bring them in, they buy their barrels, and we walk them all the way through the winemaking process. We'll give them as much or as little assistance as they need. So here we go.
Okay.
So
we got to get a picture of this.
we do. What we're going to do is put them in, we'll throw a little dirt on top, and you'll pick up a little bit. So that the roots, because when you put them in, the roots will come up like this. So when you pick them up, they'll spread back out. We're able to offer for individuals to come in and they can buy the grapes. We can bring them in, process them, make wine, store the barrels, store the case goods storage, and then ship them off to them. So it's kind of a turnkey operation for some of these guys, in which that's kind of how I got started. Currently we're selling fruit to anywhere from large wineries to boutique wineries. The larger wineries would be, of course, the Columbia Hedges Cellars, were their largest contracted grower. Covey Run are some of the large ones, down to the boutique ones from Thurston & Wolf, Eric Dunham from Dunham Cellars, Abbey House Cellars, Tamarack, Latitude 46, a bunch of really great quality, high focus wineries. Most of them come to Destiny Ridge to buy their fruit. It's based on quality. It's they know the regions, and now they know the name Destiny Ridge. It's got a recognition and a name for growing top quality grapes.
In 2002, when I decided to expand Thurston Wolf Winery and add Cabernet to our list, one of the first vineyards I thought of was the Destiny Ridge Vineyard, which was really just coming into its own at that time.
We've been buying these grapes for about 10 years now. The interesting thing about this vineyard is, even though it's positioned in along the Columbia River on the border with Oregon, a very hot region, this particular vineyard faces a direction. It doesn't face the usual direction that vineyards face. Most vineyards are sited so they face south. This vineyard has a hillside that faces northwest, and so the vineyard doesn't get as hot as some of the other vineyards around that area. And so I'm finding that's actually very good for growing quality wine grapes, because it's possible to have too much heat to grow your grapes in some locations.
The fruit is extremely consistent. The first 3 years that we got it, we actually labeled it as Destiny Ridge Vineyard Cabernet Sauvignon, and it got several good acclaims for it.
Sometimes I'll call a grower and I'll say, I've got to pick, can you pick? And they'll say, well, we could fit you in next week. But this year when we called Jared, he was ready to go. When we needed our Riesling off, and he had it off the next day. The Syrah, he had it off 2 days later. That's fast reaction time during harvest, where everything is kind of crazy. And you'll find your more successful growers are the ones that are organized enough to be able to get something done without too much trouble.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend his fruit to any other winery that really looks to produce a very high-end, high-quality red or white. He grows a number of white varieties too, but particularly outstanding are his reds.
We get a lot of people coming out for tours and stuff, and we enjoy that part of it, because for me it's kind of another way to show them what we're doing, and walk them all the way through from the growing part and the vine structures and what we're doing out here in the vineyard to actually make quality wine in the vineyard, or excuse me, in the production. And so we'll bring them out to the vineyard and show them different pruning styles and different trellis styles, and then we'll walk them through the crushing process of it all the way through fermentations and explain secondary. So it's more of an educational thing for them. depth up. We got some tents from Montana Tent Company, and I think they're 14 by 17. We put them on decks, and they got some really nice blow-up mattresses that are, you know, actually pretty nice to sleep on, and just put it out in the middle of the vineyard. And they got a propane fireplace. We got refrigeration. We got hot and cold running water. They got a shower, open top shower. So at night it's just beautiful out here with the stars and stuff. And so we get people come out here and actually sleep in the vineyard. But we also know that camping sometimes is pretty rough, and so we've made it so it's kind of nice. So it's been mainly just for experience, you know, just to provide people kind of a little taste of what we get every day. So, with all the different, you know, activities that you can do here with bike riding and skeet shooting and hiking and horseback riding, and, you know, with the river proximity, you know, it makes it so it's a good experience. It's not just, you know, about the wine, which, you know, that is our livelihood and our business, but we want to incorporate, you know, the life's, you know, fun and fulfillment side too. And so that's what we're pretty excited about that. But if you come to Destiny Ridge Vineyards, we're not just show you the product and the, you know, how the process goes. You know, we're going to show you an experience, and you're truly going to have a good time if you come here.